Hello everyone, and in today's episode I will show you how to make the best pot roast. Make sure to stay with me to the end because I will show you all the tips and techniques how to make the best pot roast. Let's begin. First of all, of course, we're gonna start with the mise en place. Prep all the ingredients. Peel the carrot. Pot roast is a dish that is made by slowly braising the beef, and I like to simmer it with a variety of vegetables. Take one parsnip and peel it as well. Make sure not to throw away all the trims from the vegetables. Just take any type of bag and put it in. Definitely freeze it and use it as a base for your next stock. Pot roast was originated as a peasant food in Europe, where it was a way to make the most of cheaper cuts of meat. Now let's cut all the vegetables, starting with the onions. Cut the onions into large size and transfer it into the bowl. Take a carrot and cut it into large size pieces as well. Transfer it into the same bowl with onions. And repeat the same for parsnip. In the United States, pot roast started to appear in cookbooks in the late 19th century, often made with inexpensive cuts of beef like chuck or brisket. Take 2 celery stalks and cut it into large pieces. Take 4 garlic cloves and smash it with a knife. Add it into the bowl with other vegetables. I got 2.5 pounds of beautiful chuck. I'll show you how to season it and how to properly sear it. Let's begin. First, make sure to pat dry your meat. It will help to develop a flavorful crust and achieve a good sear. The less moisture you have on the surface of the meat, sooner my reaction will begin. So gently press down on the meat with paper towels and make sure to pat dry all the sides. After the meat is dry, season it with a generous amount of salt and black pepper from all sides. The slow cooking technique called braising made the meat more tender and flavorful. And don't forget to collect all the seasoning from the sheet pan, covering all the sides. Preheat the Dutch oven to medium-high heat, pour some vegetable oil. If you see that there is a smoke coming out from the pot, it means that it's a perfect time to sear the meat. And sear until golden brown in color from all sides. Searing the pot roast before cooking adds flavor and helps to keep the meat tender. When you sear the meat, you caramelize the natural sugars in the meat and brown the proteins, forming rich brown crust on the surface of the meat that enhance overall flavor of the dish. And I know that it's extremely hard to resist to check the meat after a minute of searing it, but please don't move the meat. Let it sear undisturbed for a few minutes before flipping it over. And of course, don't forget to sear the ends of the roast. Use the tongs to hold meat up if necessary. When the meat is seared, remove it into the sheet pan. Seared meats leave flavorful pan drippings known as fond, and make sure not to get rid of it. Just sear your vegetables in the same pot. Sear the vegetables for 8 to 10 minutes on a medium-high heat until we get nice caramelization. That is the base for the flavor of our pot roast. Once vegetables are seared, add 3 tablespoons of flour. Mix it. And deglaze the pot with wine of your choice. Pour 1 cup of dry red wine. It's going to get thicker because of flour, but don't worry about it. The alcohol from the wine will cook off. Add 1 tablespoon of tomato paste, mix it, and pour 3 cups of hot beef stock. Mix it. Add 1 string of fresh rosemary, couple strings of fresh thyme, 2 bay leaves, about 12 juniper berries. Season it with salt and freshly ground black pepper. Mix it and put the meat in. Please subscribe to my channel, press the bell, press notify me to get notified about my new videos. Cover the pot with the lid. We're gonna braise our pot roast in the preheated 300-325 degrees Fahrenheit oven for about 3 hours, 3.5 hours. We will see how things will go. So first we're gonna do it 1.5 hours, then we're gonna add you-can-go potatoes, and then another 1.5 hours. So make sure to stay tuned. And now let's check the meat. The meat is not ready yet, but it's getting there. Add 2 pounds of small you-can-go potatoes and cover the pot back with lid.
We added the you can go potatoes and now let's put it back in the oven for about 1 hour to an hour and a half. But obviously we're gonna keep an eye on it.
By the way, guys, you can see the consistency of the sauce is perfect. That is the consistency that I wanted to achieve in the beginning of braising our pot roast. Take a fork, check out the meat. As you can see, the fork easily can go in. It's super tender and the meat is ready. Same thing with the potatoes. They are perfectly cooked. And now let's plate the dish. Take some sauce from the pot and carefully spread it on a plate. Cut the meat into slices. Three potatoes. Some carrots and parsnip. Some people prefer to get rid of these vegetables, but I like to use it because I personally think that these vegetables they complement this dish. Top it with some more sauce. Decorate the dish with some fresh herbs of your choice, and my pot roast with vegetables is ready. Enjoy this beautiful dish with a glass of red wine of your choice.
Let's give it a try. The meat is perfectly cooked, the sauce is outstanding, and now it's time to try the potatoes. Now let's try the potato. Guys, I want you to try this recipe and trust me, this is gonna be the best recipe of fall 2024.